we're talking about defenses here. All right? So, takes me down, right? First thing, if I'm in a straight leg lock situation, we're not in a heel hook yet, right? He's got his arm around my ankle. I need to make sure I got the boot on, okay? Because if I just let that go lazy and he locks his hands and hips in, my foot's broken, or my shin's broken, right? So the boot's on, okay? Second, I get the foot off the hip and I sit on it, okay? Now, I'm not necessarily trying to clear this leg. If I can, great. If I can pubble my leg inside, even better. Your foot all right?
Yes, sir.
Bony ass isn't hurting, all right?
Good to go.
Okay? If I can't, all right, or if you're more of a big, strong guy, okay, I'm trying to get my knee to the ground and control his head. Because if he can keep his head away from me, right, and start extending my foot, he's going to be able to finish this. Kind of like an arm bar where I smush the arm bar, right? Because if I let him extend, he's going to be able to finish. So I'm going to go get his head, okay? I'm going to get my knee to the ground by pulling myself up, right, and pressuring it, but I can't lift my butt up because he's going to do exactly what he did to you, extend out, right, and take me over, and then I fall down again, right? And you're going to get these little guys that are great at inverting, where anytime I try to smush them, if my hips come up, they start spinning underneath, right? So I'm trying to get my foot behind me. So once I clear that foot and I go to get it, I'm dropping my knee, I'm bringing my knee closer to my foot, all right? Driving it forward, okay? My butt's not coming up in the air where he can extend again. Yep, extend your butt. Yep. And knock me over, right? He pulls himself back in and he's still on my foot, right? So when I get that to the ground, I'm trying to get my foot behind here, right? You see how I use my knee to block his butt? Then my foot can come free.
Okay.
Right? I'm covering his knees. Okay, if he extends this leg, we're in mount. Okay? If he tries to pull, you okay? Yeah. If he tries to pull this bottom leg through to half guard, right? Now he's in half guard. So I've got to make sure to clear. Bring that knee back through, your other knee through. Oh. So I just smushed him, right? I'm going to take my foot and windshield wiper across, all right? And then hook his leg here so I can clear. Make sense? So I'm bringing my knee to my foot. I'm actually pushing my leg farther into the leg lock. Right? Just like with a guillotine where I drive my head in. The urge is to pull it out, but you're hanging yourself. Right? So it changes a little bit once he steps through to that double outside Ashi. Okay? Now I don't have that option. I can't just come around the outside. I can still smush him, but both his legs are on the outside. So even if I get myself to the ground here, right, and my knees to the ground, he's still latched onto my leg. So if I start trying to stomp or anything, he's just going to extend me out again. And now my leg's in danger again. He can go to a knee bar if I belly down, all right, or he stays in this position, he starts attacking the heel again because he's got his legs here. Now, if he lets this triangle, I can attack that outside foot, all right? So he wants to keep his ankles under my shoulder at any given time, right? Wherever I am, his feet are under my shoulder. If I start coming forward, then he's going to figure for his legs, right? Because that allows him to keep that knee in front of me, right? If I start leaning back out to try to separate and come underneath, he's just going to extend his ankles back out under my shoulder. So he's just following, right? Following wherever I go. Because he doesn't need to squeeze here, remember? When we're chilling at the beach, the legs are open, right? Just hanging out. Okay, so his legs are loose, which is the counterintuitive part. You get really, really tense, right? But he's trying to keep this knee in front of me. Because if he doesn't, and I go get his head, I start getting my knee to the ground, and I keep my hips down. Now I'm going to cross-face him and start flattening him out. Remember we were talking before about our upper body facing one way and our lower body facing the other. So if we're in single Ashi, where he's got the knee in my crotch, I'm using my outside arm to hook. If we're on the outside, double outside, then I'm going to switch to a cross-face. Flatten him out. Sprawl. Yes? Questions? You see it again?
Yeah.
Okay. You okay down there?
Yes, sir.
You need to see it?
No,
All right. All right. So he shoots up. He gets my leg. He takes me down. Oh shit! Got the boot on. Right? I'm keeping his leg in there because I don't want to have to deal with it on the outside. I can use my leg to chop because I'm too fat to do a sit-up, or I can pressure, looking for that neck. He'll give me the chew toy of his arm. Arm is one thing, but it doesn't get me out. All it does is keep him from locking his hands. Right? So if his hands are already locked, I got to attack that first, not guillotine grip. For a straight ankle, just guillotine grip. Yep. Oh. There. That's okay. So I got to get those separated first. Then I get the head. Knee to the ground. All right? trying to smush. If he holds on to it, I'm still in trouble. Okay? But now, Billy, what you were doing, I've got that so pressured, he's trying to push away with his knee, I can start looking to clear the knee. Right? If he's too long for that, like Jim is, then I got to keep that pressure on. All right? I'm going to start looking at my cross face, get my foot behind me, all right? And my pressure is up on his chest, not down on his hips where he can extend me away. Yes?
Yep.
If he steps through, the double outside, okay? I get the neck and I start smushing. I get my foot behind me, but he's still got his legs locked. So I'm gonna scoop the head, flatten him out, and I can sprawl. Now I can't stay here, okay? He's already got the underhook. He's gonna look at me, he's gonna start turning to face me. And I'm gonna have to whizzer. So as soon as I flatten him out, right, I got his head, I gotta scoop my arm back underneath. So it's a lot more arm switching. But my hips are staying as low as possible. Sprawling. Yes?
Yep.
Play with it. 1, 2, 3.